Hi there. Happy Friday. It's Dr. Sabrina Starling here, the business psychologist and the author of The 4-Week Vacation, as well as the best-selling series, the How to Hire the Best series. I am coming here with you today to talk about overcoming price pressure due to inflation. So many of you business owners are really struggling with increasing prices. It's costing you more and more to do business, and I know it makes you hesitant to raise your prices. I've had so many discussions in the last couple of months with business owners about raising prices, and that fear of, well, I'll lose business and my customers will be unhappy is so prominent. And even as we look at our numbers and we recognize how our own expenses are going up, that fear of just bringing that up and bringing our prices up and talking to our clients and customers about it is really challenging. So last week, when I did the Reclaim Your Time, Boost Your Profit webinar, I briefly touched on how you can use step 2 in the Tap the Potential solution, which is to niche down with a clearly defined sweet spot, how that's an important piece of you being able to price appropriately and get away from price pressure. And when I say price appropriately, what I mean is you need to price appropriately so that you have the margin you need in your business to pay yourself appropriately as the owner of the business, to be profitable, to be able to invest in hiring A players, and not just invest in hiring A players, but able to invest in growing them and growing yourself. Because as your business grows, your leadership development needs to happen. Your business will only grow as far as you, the leader. So the challenge here for most small business owners is you're running on really thin margins to begin with. You haven't priced appropriately for owner's pay and profit and growth and hiring. And so that just becomes harder and harder. And in typical years, when you have the standard rate of inflation, you notice your margins getting thinner and thinner and you're really getting squeezed. But right now, with inflation the way it is, it's just like, it's so obvious you got to increase your prices. So I want to dive a little deeper into this today to really support you in how to increase your prices. I remember on the very first episode of the Profit by Design podcast, when we brought Mike Michalowicz on, and he was talking about profitability, and he said something that has stuck with me all these years. And his statement was, our clients and customers desire us to be profitable. Let that sink in for a moment. Our clients and customers desire for us to be profitable. If we're not profitable, we're going to go out of business. They won't be able to access our services and our products anymore. So we owe it to our clients and customers to be profitable. We owe it to our very best clients and customers who greatly appreciate what we offer and what we're doing, that we stay in business. And that means taking care of ourselves. And so I want to get you to the point of being away from those sleepless nights, worrying about the cash flow in your business, and really taking a hard look at what is it costing you to do business right now. And if you were going to add in that you need margin to be able to grow your business and pay yourself appropriately and have profit, what does that margin really need to be? And price based on that, and be honest with yourself what that amount really is. And it's probably much more than what you're charging now for your goods and services. So I want to give you some thoughts about how you can increase your price, even if it's a big jump in price, and do it in a way that doesn't feel bad to your clients and customers, and where they actually appreciate and express appreciation for what you're doing for them. And so this pertains to step 2 of the Tap the Potential solution. So I want to put that up here for you on the screen so you can see this. When you niche down with a clearly defined sweet spot in your business, you are focusing on serving your top clients and customers. So this is probably going to be your top 20% of clients and customers who are responsible for 80% of the revenue in your business. And they are purchasing your unique offering. So what makes you unique? What makes you different? What makes you stand out? And what are they valuing about what you're doing? And then the third aspect of the sweet spot are the systems that you put in place. So that intersection of this Venn diagram is the sweet spot of your business. Now, I want to show you closer in on the sweet spot. When you're experiencing price pressure, it's a sign that you are outside your sweet spot, right? Okay, so right now, if you're experiencing price pressure, it's a sign you don't have a clearly defined sweet spot. And so I want to give you a couple of questions that you can take to some of your best clients and customers to help you get more clarity on your sweet spot. So remember, our best clients and customers aren't paying attention to everything we're doing. They're paying attention to about 20% of what we're doing, and that's providing them with 80% of the value. And so we need to figure out what is that thing that they're paying attention to the most, that they value the most that we're doing. And there's a couple of key questions. These questions come from the pumpkin plan, and we take our clients through pumpkin planning as we help them to niche down to clarify their sweet spot. And there's actually an extensive list of what we call wish list interview questions. These questions reveal the gold in our businesses. And so many of our clients who have been through wish list interviews with their top clients and customers have come away with not only a clearly defined sweet spot, but the ability to price where they need to price to have the margin that they need in their business. So I'm going to share two of the most powerful questions with you from the wish list interview, but I want you to understand this is an extensive, in-depth process. And when you talk to your top clients and customers and you hear their responses, don't dismiss anything that they tell you. Write down the exact language that they use, because you want to know in their own language how they see you. For us to zero in on the sweet spot, we need to know how our clients and customers perceive our sweet spot. It's not about how we perceive it. It's about how our clients and customers perceive it. So here's a couple of questions from the wish list interview just to kind of get you started in thinking about this process. So what has been the most impactful or positive part of your experience dealing with me or my company? So write that down. What has been the most impactful or positive part of your experience dealing with me or my company? That's one of the powerful questions from the wish list interview. So when your client or customer answers that, they're telling you what they're paying attention to, what they value in your business. A second question from the wish list interview that's very powerful is, if you could tweak the products or services my industry provides to better suit your needs, what would you change? So when they're answering that question, they're telling you what they wish you would be doing for them. And when you focus in on your top clients and customers and you release the more difficult clients and customers, you have more time to serve your top clients and customers better. And one of your opportunities, your greatest opportunities, is to innovate and look at how can you be even further differentiating yourself from your competition. Because when you're different, you have less price pressure. And that's the key here, is finding out what do your clients value the most that you're already doing, so that you can intentionally do more of it, build it up, and can communicate and convey the value to your clients as you're having to raise your prices. The second piece of that is, what do you wish my industry would do for you that's not being done? They're telling you what you could go and do so that you could differentiate yourself. That will give you ideas for additional products or services that you could add to your existing offering to charge more, or to even create a separate offer for your current top clients that they would pay for. So these are all ways that you can get ideas going for how you increase the value that you're providing, because that's the biggest part of the conversation that you need to be having when you're talking to your top clients and customers about raising prices. If you come at this conversation from, I'm sorry, the cost of chicken wings is so expensive and now we have to raise our menu prices this much, that's not as powerful as talking about, here's the value we're creating. These are all the good things that we're doing for you. Here's what else we're doing for you. And here's the new price point based on these considerations. And then at the end of that conversation, throw in the reminder, and everything is the cost of business is just going up and up these days. So, but make that the back end of the conversation. Take the focus off of that, keep the focus on the value that you're delivering. So I hope what I've shared with you today has been helpful in helping you deal with the price pressure that you're feeling due to inflation. And I also want to let you know we have the Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart coming up in just a few weeks. We've just opened registration for it. You can join me over there at tapthepotential.com/jumpstart, where we're going to go in depth into the Tap the Potential solution. This is a closed door training with me over Zoom. And over 5 days, you'll have the opportunity to work directly with me, looking at your opportunity to be profitable in your business, zero in on the sweet spot, hire the A players that you need so you can take your life back from your business. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, get in there. We will, because it's a closed door training, if we get too many people signed up, we will have to limit it. So you don't want to wait to sign up. Go ahead and get signed up now. Tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.